And here we go. All right. Left monitor. Hey, everybody. Welcome. This just kind of started quickly on me, so I'm a little caught off guard, but we'll jump right in. Is Nico a first pick? I don't know. We only have 41 seconds here. I don't want to overdo it. We could do, let's... It's not in the color pair I want, and it's actually not that hugely powerful, I don't think. We could take a Behold, or the Rune Crown as an interesting hedge to start. But I think I like Behold over the Nico. I mean, I was watching, I think we sent it to somebody, or I was watching somebody today who was playing Behold in Modern. Is Behold really a Modern card? You take the Nico? I don't know. It's complicated. I'm going to take the Behold. I know what it does. Let's see. Bound in Gold is all right. Behold, we could struggle. Feed the Serpent, Bound in Gold, and Struggle. A little trio of removal here. I think of them, I would take the Struggle to go with Behold. Prismatic Bridge, not realistic, and I don't like Asika much. I mean, Asika's okay, but I would rather have the Struggle if I'm taking a green card. I could take the Bound in Gold to possibly head towards the Boros. I don't know, Struggle or Bound. I'll take Struggle. It goes better with our first pick, but it's pretty close. Blue-green is pretty darn good. I am coming around on... Well, not coming around like... I mean, I've known... But basically, Boros aggro, I think, is among the better options in the meta right now. Maya too good to not take here with a Struggle. Maybe we don't play the Behold, or maybe we splash it. But if nobody wants Maya, I'm willing to take it with a good green card in our pile and the possibility of the Stronghold on the wheel. What else are we looking at? The Fjord is reasonable. I don't know who they got. That's a good question. I don't. Let's see. We have who showed up. Well, here's the list of people in the pod. You can find who's new, and they will probably be the one that I'm playing. But I'll take Maya. Maya's awfully good. That's true. Boros is at its best in best of one, but I still think it's just good in the format. Gold Vein pick. Masked Vandal to continue to try and lock down the green. Might be worth it just to take the green card and try to say a... Oh, there's only... Maybe we're only playing 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Yeah, okay. I guess we're just going, and I get a first round bye. If I do have a first round bye, we'll play something together while we wait. Maybe I'll take on chat or something. Anyway, I should actually figure out what I'm going to pick here. Jeez, I'll take Vandal. I got a little distracted by the situation in the picks here. I don't know if that's the perfect pick, but it's fine. Passing a lot of snow lands here. Could take that one. It's a good one. And don't know that we're playing Maya yet, or any of this, really. I think the Snowland is the most appealing thing to me here. Helm is great in the low-to-the-ground red aggro decks, but we're not there yet. Horizon Seeker is quite nice. Helps you find lands you need for going multicolor on green. But Fjord still here is almost signally. I'm going to take it. What do we got here? Arctic Treeline could help us on the road to Maya. And there's not much else here. We're looking at Kinseekers is the second best card. So, and Stroke maybe. Good to know that the second and third best cards here are in one of our colors, but I'm taking the Treeline. And seeing if we can't bank back to Maya here. No white aggro creatures since that pack with the Aura removal and the Raptor, though. Okay, this is maybe it's just the nature of the packs. We have a Frostbite we could grab. Pretty decent time for a Frostbite, but Story Seeker's really a great 2-drop, and I kind of want to go the Maya direction now, I'm thinking. So I'm going to take the Story Seeker over the Frostbite. Close one, though. If you want the Frostbite here, I don't blame you. But I'm playing to the Maya a bit with that pick. And Battle Shield Warrior pick 8 is just excellent for us to see. It suggests we are in an open lane. The Arcanist, also interesting here. I mean, Arcanist, I've come way up on since the beginning of the format. I thought this was a 5-mana 2/5 when I read it. Now I think of it as more of a 4-mana draw card because you can really make it work. But we're going to take Battle Shield Warrior. Maya makes counters. Maya's go wide, and Battle Shield Warrior rewards go wide, so I'm loving this lane. Oh my goodness, gang. Raptor still in the pack. We're doing it. That is great. And Story Seeker still in the pack. You could make an argument for the Story Seeker perhaps, but I think this deck is going to want to get on board fast. And Raptor is just a top pick for aggro white in the format. Another card that I came up on, I knew that it was going to, like, we've seen that playable 1-drops are a thing now, both because they're better in what they do and because they are more supported by the other things going on in the set. We're going to take a Warhorn Blast. You could, Recluse is fine. 4/2 Reach for 3, this is fine, right? But Warhorn Blast is, again, kind of doing what we're trying to do, so I'm going to go ahead and take it. Replicating Ring still here is surprising to me. Is there nobody in Snow? Raider. Is this a Longboat deck? I suppose this could be a Longboat deck, but I kind of want to take the Ring in case we do some splashing or decide that Snow is so wide open in the second pack that we're going to do it. Yeti on that front over anything else here. Draugr, maybe in the abstract better than the Yeti, but Yeti has a job that, at least if you need it, like you can put it... The job of the Thought Thief is to fill your 3-drops. The job of the Yeti is to be a closer when you didn't find a better one, right? And I would rather have a closer when we don't find a better one than a kind of a generic curve filler. Now we get this Gates. We did not get the green-white sack land we were hoping for. Could this end up... Are we blue-white somehow? Haven't seen... Could be blue-white splash the Maya. Maya is only a single green. Maybe we'll get a pick or something that is worth it. Really kind of garbagey pack here. We can take a sword. Take a Seeker if we still thought we were heavy green. Yeah, switch to red for... You're talking for I mean, it's the one thing... don't think so. Yeah, Nico would have been pretty good, but, you know, Behold's pretty good, too. I think we'll take the sword. It's mentioned for the Naya tokens, but I'm going to take it just as it's the only reasonable card here for us, I think. Gates should wheel. Again. Are we doing blue-white? What's going on here? Are we Bant? We're not Bant yet. Packmate jumps out at me. Bergie is good too. No white in the pack except a Plains. So I think it's Bergie or Packmate. Blue has seemed more open, to be honest, but Maya, Struggle, and Vandal are more appealing to me, and Packmate is super appealing to me. So I'm going to take the Packmate. Our blue is straight bad outside the Behold. Let's not be too harsh. Disdainful Stroke and Frostpeak Yeti are not reasons to want to be blue. We don't need to call them bad, but they are not. They are certainly not draws to blue, right? Behold is a draw to blue. Blizzard Brawl seems fine here. Maybe Wheel of Gladewalker. Braggart would be fine. Chasm. Not trying to do anything with black mana, so I'm not too enamored with this Chasm. So let's take the Brawl. Thanks for hanging out. I know I have a smaller than usual audience right now. People just aren't used to me streaming right now. So those of you who did make it to play with me today, I appreciate it. Maybe our audience will start growing more as we do this more regularly. Well, a bunch of close but not quites for me here. I think we just land on Gladewalker. I mean, this is very unexciting, but if we look at what we're doing, and we could take a... we're not anywhere close to black, so I don't like these black snowlands, but again, the snow's going around. We could take it and see. Yeah, I don't know what's quite going on here. Maybe it's just Braggart and I'm overthinking. Or even, yeah, I'll just take the Gladewalker. I'm overthinking. We should take the Gladewalker. We have a plan brewing here. It's Maya based, and we want our 2-drops. Also want our Lindy's though. Lindy versus Raptor. That's an interesting pair. There's also a Shimmerdrift Veil still here. That's super surprising. Replicating Ring could help us Lindy. But I think we want a Raptor and try and do the low side of things. Although the other Raptor wheeled, maybe we can try and wheel this Raptor if nobody else is doing this thing. I'm going to take Lindy in a narrow pick. Quite weird to have my narrow pick be between a 1-drop and a 6-drop, but I think that's where this deck is at. Arnie Slays on the splash versus Glittering Frost to help with a splash. Or Frost Pirate Arcanist. Nah, we're kind of off the blue as a main color for sure. So maybe an Arnie, but this deck is getting weird. I don't know what's going on here. Like, it doesn't feel like a deck for this card. Feels at odds with what Maya is trying to do. But there's just enough generic largeness that I'm willing to take it here, given that, I guess Glittering Frost. Yeah, I'll take Frost. Frost barely, but I don't think this is really a good Frost deck either, right? Goldmaw Champ, or adding to our beef, or hedging back towards blue. I don't think we can anymore. I think we're pretty locked into green-white now. So let's go Goldmaw versus Outrider of the Snow Plains. You think Herald? You mean that Saga I passed? I'm not sure. I didn't really read it too closely. Yeah, okay, sure. I'll take some beef. I don't know. That champ is not my champ. It is not a great card. Another shot at a Gates, but I don't think we're going to play that much blue. We're going to take a Mammoth Growth and be whatever about it. Odd draft. I wonder what other people are doing and how we landed here. Snakeskin Veil. Only card in our colors, if our colors are white-green, which they are right now. Well, are we ever oxing? I don't think we're ever oxing. This is complete where we hate draft, or I'll take a Raven form. We're best of 3, so we may find a spot where we decide that a Raven form we're going to bring in on the splash because it's the interaction we desperately need somehow. I don't think so, but I didn't see anything else that even had any kind of job potential. Looks like our Raptor did not come back. Unless, yeah, maybe it's, yeah, I think we're past that Raptor. Horizon Seeker helps with a splash. I'm becoming more inclined to want to behold some multiverses. Run ashore over a second Raven form, I think. And I really don't like King Harold's Revenge. I'm just going to try to not play that card. Both of these are underwhelming. I'm going to take the Mists because somehow if we just get forced back into blue here, which almost look, you know, these are not great blue cards by any stretch, but we at least have a depth in blue that could be considered. Gross. Where's our awesome white-green stuff? Take a Demon Bolt, maybe splash. Oh, I didn't end up not taking that Arnie, huh? But this is splashable. Elderleaf Mentor, Snakeskin Veil, Valkyrie, and Sentinel are the on-color choices. Are they good enough? It just hurts to take a Valkyrie pick one in any pack. It's not bad. It's just not what you want to be doing. Pick one. But maybe I'm just not... I need to be a grown-up about it. We do have... Between the, well, we're not going to play this without the blue. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, we have the replicating ring. I don't know if we're, like, splashing enough. So I'll take the Valk. I'll take the Valk, but that was tough. Because also we gave a Demon Bolt to somebody in our pod, which I don't love. Do we have enough going on for a Pretender, or is this another Gladewalker situation? Are we warriored enough? It's probably going to be warriors, if anything. Bird, Cleric, Shapeshifter. Shapeshifter is nice. Warrior, Spider, Warrior. We got some warriors, but actually not a ton. Here's some. I don't think we're on Pretender. I'd be on Gladewalker here, I think. Land. If it were not a black land, I just don't think we're close to black. We're pack 3 with no need to splash black whatsoever and no snow synergies. So, oh, the spell land, sorry. Same thing, it's black. I mean, I guess we could splash it, that's fair. I'll try and wheel that. I'd rather have the solid 2-drop for the deck here, but that's a good point. We could consider that on if it wheels. But I like that pick there. Story Seeker or Sculptor. I'm going to take Sculptor. We have a tree line. That's it, though. Maybe I shouldn't take Sculptor because we don't have the land for it yet, and Story Seeker just makes the deck. And if it doesn't wheel, I'll be sad. Whereas Sculptor is worse if it doesn't have anything to untap, right? Whereas Story Seeker does something else with a lifelink. So that's talked me into the Story Seeker. I don't think we're blue. There's a lot of blue in our cards here, but if anything, we're splashing a Behold, and there's not much else going on. So I'm going to take the Seeker. We do have a Glittering Frost, which is best buddies with Sculptor of Winter. So there is that, but I like our choice there. Ascendant Spirit, again, saying howdy. We could take a Snow-Covered Mountain, which would help us find snow mana with our Seeker. We did not take the red splash card. We didn't take the Demon Bolt. It's best of 3. We could just take an Invoke. Even in best of 3, I don't think I'm ever playing Arachniform. And we're not heavy red enough to even consider the Armory. Codespell Cleric is possible. I like Codespell Cleric. I got like 6 other 1-drops, but this isn't a 1-drop. So yeah, we could hate something, I suppose. I'll take the Snow Mountain. Time's running out. That's fine. Blessing of the Frost could reward us for the light snow that we do have. We certainly do not have much, but again, what are we taking here? If not, we can take a Braggart. A Broken Wings is viable sideboard material. Is Blessing doing enough with this? Because probably not, because right now we're not playing the Mountain or the Fjord, right? Yeah, the packs have been rough for us. We're going to take the Broken Wings over the tough-to-use rare for us. Kind of feel like we should have just taken the Snow Lane at this point. It's unusual to see this much snow open. Bergie. We could take Bergie on the possible splash if we're going to play the Ring and the Fjord, which, as splash support, also support the snow needed to make Bergie any good. It's also at least cutting a good card. And what are we taking it on? I guess we have Shieldmate. Shieldmate's probably good enough to take here. I like the Bergie potential, but Shieldmate is more on plan. It's not that exciting, but dying into a half of a card is real. Another Seeker or first Invoke for the board. We have a Broken Wings, so not very interested in a Invoke anymore. We'll take the Seeker. It'll continue to help a possible splash. But now we're into the wheel territory where all these cards, we know they're garbage. This does not seem like a deck that's going to take down this event, does it, Siriana? Very little interaction, although some. And maybe we need to splash some because of that. We could splash a Rune of Flight as a really kind of weak splash, but one that would at least raise up. I'll bring it. If our opponents at least seem super weak to flying, we could consider it. And here's that Great Hall that was being suggested as a possible splash as well. But I don't see the tools, like our splash tools are like double Horizon Seeker. And so I'm less inclined to want to splash that way. We might splash on the blue, though, for some removal, so I'll take that. Splashing for mists would be sad, but one does what one must. And we're going to take another one here over these. This is a surprise. I think Breakneck, with these, how bad these packs have been, I'm surprised Breakneck Berserker is still here. Not that it's amazing, but it's pick 10 in a really awful pack. Yeah, I mean, the blue is ugly, but there's a ton of it at 2 at least. 10 seconds. Nothing for us here. It's like our colors got taken from us. I'll take a bind over a depart. I mean, we're never splashing Breakneck, like never, Siriana, right? But I could come up with a scenario where we're like, well, we need interaction, so I'm going to do the mists. I'm going to bring in the mists. I don't think so, though. I think our struggle for Skemfar and Blizzard Brawl are going to have to be enough, plus Broken Wings. Oh, did I auto pick something? I should have looked, I suppose. Did I pass something good there? I hope not. I was distracted. There isn't anything good in these packs. I couldn't have. So, not doing any red. That's too much blue. Probably don't need a replicating ring because of that. Are we really running a island just so we can go fetch it with a Horizon Seeker? I don't like it. I think, heck, we probably cut a Horizon Seeker because of that, or Glittering Frost. This could be the deck. Probably is. Maybe a Wings of Cosmos for some interaction. We have a Mammoth Growth, though. That's better. Yeah, this deck is not great, but it has magical cards that are not awful. And if we draw them in the right order, you'd be amazed what could happen. So we're going to give it our best shot, and I'm going to send this over to MTGArena. Yeah, that's true, Hat. A lot of stuff for 1 mana foretold in white. We want to Let's see, anybody redeem bling? Nah, let's put... I think we want more... Actually, with a tree line, we just want them 50-50, I think. Yeah, we got one win, right? Nice. Well, somebody better practice with me then. Surprised it wants that much green. Why does it want all the green? Weird. I'm just surprised the auto suggest isn't 8-8. What does it think we need so much green for? Lindy? I mean, I guess there's a double. I guess we have more green. It's just that our oh my god, there's a code spell cleric in our deck. We got to do something about that. There's got to be something better. I'll play a wings. How many creatures we got? 15. This is pathetic, but I'll play a wings before I'm playing a Cosmos in this deck. I think the card is playable, but not here. Or we bring in a Seeker. I guess I can bring back the Seeker. Or did I just put that in the I think I just put that in the collection on accident. Come here, Seeker. And then Cosmos I'll put in the board. Yeah, it's decent with Maya, right? That's fair. Evergreen keyword. Oh, that sounds interesting. I think I'll take a challenger first. Oh, am I mispronouncing it? No. What are you just making a joke? Look at all these Seekers. I see, deck name suggestion. I don't want to be that spoilery, but we can say wide load or seeking. We have a couple Seekers. We have a lot of Seekers. Let's do something seeking. We got 4 Seekers in the deck. Desperately seeking Caleb. Oh, no. Too long. No fair. That was a good name. Oh, stop it. Now I'm trying to change it and you won't let me. Oh, now it's just all buggy. Come on. What are you doing? Oh, boy. Solid 1-0 start. We're so good at pairing with the absentee opponent. We can keep this thanks to the tree line. Love it. Never really thanked my awesome sponsor, Card Kingdom, before getting into this because it was so spur of the moment, but I'll take a second here as we kick off game 1 of our actual play to thank my awesome sponsor. If you need anything for Strixhaven, anything you need for your tabletop Magic game, they got it. They're awesome. If you check them out via my panels or the YouTube notes, they're going to know you got there from here and help keep me on the air. That would be much appreciated. Well, she went 2-0, and I am presuming the gender here as well based on how she was presenting, but Just calling that out. I guess we start with Glade Walker, although we could go Foretell, Struggle, Seeker on 2, and then Glade Walker makes Seeker bigger. Let's do that instead. Or Recluse even. 5/3 attacking on 4 isn't the worst. Took our Story Seekers. Well, we could Masked Vandal and Struggle, but I think we just let the Seeker happen here and play one of our one of these 3-drops and bigger power or activated ability. Are we going to activate this if we attack next turn? We go Vandal and we can attack and activate, so we might. All right, sorry, we go Glade Walker, attack and activate. So I'm going to go Seeker. Maybe that's not right. I'm going to go bigger power. I'm really not sure there. I just feel like also we have, with Vandal and Struggle, we might not want to activate this on the next turn. And we're not splashing anything. These Horizon Seekers are very medium. They're very much 3/2s for 3 in the deck. So I'd rather just play the bigger power and get ready to crack back. Well, strong white-black deck is a deck. We did pass Furia, so I'm expecting that uncommon lurking somewhere. Open white mana on the Foretell could very much be damage attackers. Could be a lot of things though, so I can't worry too much. I'm not going to play around it. I'm going to go with our plan. I'm going to go with the Glade Walker to put a counter on it and see if that gets through. And then potentially Struggle. We could even Struggle now. But the thing is, if we're up against deal 5 to attacker, I want to find that out now. And we'll save the Struggle for something else. And so now we could go ahead and Struggle away the Seeker. But we can also just play the Glade Walker and put another counter on, have a blocker for the Seeker. So I'll just do that. Look to trade for the Seeker, or we can Struggle it next turn. Maybe this will get our last 2 cards. This could be a Skull Raid, but we're actually decently set up to get there past a Skull Raid, but it would hurt. Aha! Well, now we might have to just 2-for-1 ourselves to... Oh, Warhorn Blast is interesting. I'm going to go ahead and send in with... Oh, but we don't have the mana for the Warhorn Blast. Never mind. I could Struggle... Now I wish I'd put the counter here. We could make a 7/5 and actually win this combat. Yeah, I can Vandal away the Saga if I do that play. But I should attack first and see what they're willing to do about just the attack. I'm going to send the Glade Walker, the 2/2 and the 5/3, because if they do anything to block and kill the... First, I'll trade the Glade Walker for the Story Seeker. If they try and eat, then we're fine with that too. Right, that's the thing. If we kill... That's why I was thinking, if we... This isn't worth vandaling if the angel is dead anyway. So yeah, let's do that. Even better, by having Oppo trade with the Glade Walker, we can now Vandal away the Retribution and just let him have the Angel for right now, and that's fine. And we can even Foretell the Blast. I'm worried that this is like Starnheim Unleashed or something. David Vero's got me worried, saying that Oppo's deck is great. And when I see a black-white deck that's great, I expect things like Retribution, Furia at Uncommon, and possibly Big Scary Mythics. Blizzard Brawl it's just a fight card, so we lose the, it's a trade too much of the time, but we can send the Recluse and see if they want to trade for that. We can also send, and we have Warhorn Blast, but 2 power doesn't really get it done against the Angel, so just going to offer the Recluse. Blast, fight with Vandal, and we still just 2 for 1 ourselves doing that. Although, Warhorn Blast, oh, interesting. Well, that's going to work. Yeah, Blast plus Struggle would have worked, except now we're going to lose our Recluse. So glad we didn't do it too hastily. And now what do? I guess we seek and struggle to get this back. That works. Lost its counter, but happy to have it back on our side. Sorcery speed, we couldn't like try and get him. Yeah, good. We certainly passed some excellent black-white, but we never passed a Retribution or a Sigrid. Obviously, we would have taken the Sigrid quite happily. So these must have been early picks, either pick ones or, pick 1, 2, 3 type cards. We took, what do you take over? Poison the Cup? It was like our second pick option, and we took something else. We took Behold first, and then a green card, right? But it wasn't, yeah, we took a green, it was Packmate? Is that the card we took? Might have to play this for no angel value. Warhorn Blast makes this a trade, but it's a trade anyway. So I'm just going to start with the Seeker attack, and then we play the sword ahead of equipping for later. Go ahead and get a land out of this too. Yeah, we're going to boast for sure. Nothing much else to do. They're taking, that's cool. Happy to go get a land here. We don't really have snow basics. Yeah, Blizzard Brawl is not really a thing, other than being a Prey Upon. We have a Prey Upon, which is very medium. We're gonna get another green, I suppose, so that the Blizzard Brawl might fit in somehow. It doesn't matter. We're good on land ultimately, and we're still 2 mana away from sorting, but they're letting us attack with the Seeker. So like Seeker's going to get us another one next turn. Maybe we do wait. We're ahead on the race right now, and this can be cast as a defensive. I'm just going to pass. I'm going to pass because Warhorn Blast could potentially save from damage-based, although they're white-black, which suggests probably not going to be damage-based, or if it is, it's going to deal 5, which is enough anyway. Shepherd getting back Story Seeker. Not bad. We can brawl the Seeker at least. We could potentially Brawl's sorcery as well. Well, oh, hello, friend. Now we've got some action. But do we fire it off now? Because we can go 4-4, brawl the 2-2, send in. They'll probably trade here, but then their board will be empty, except they got cards in hand. I think that's worth it. Let's just put that to the test. Oh, they could also brawl. If I wait on the brawl, I can activate the Seeker again. All right, I'm gonna send. I don't even need to do this before combat because they have blocks anyway. I don't think we're just sending the Seeker. They're not going to block with their Seeker, I don't think. So we're not worried about brawling the Seeker right now. They're going to put the Shepherd in the way here. Oh, no. Interesting. Okay, okay. This is good. I think now I'm liking our shot because we can brawl and wings and protect ourselves pretty well. I can do as much of this with shields down as I can, but we got to go with Boast. I guess I'll get a Plains this time. Wings. Doing this while they're mostly tapped out. Well, she's mostly tapped out. And then we can brawl the 3-3. It would be a trade, or we brawl the 2-2 and we win combat. And then we have the Warhorn Blast next turn. So let's just do that. They get to 6 on this. But Warhorn Blast plus all this action looks pretty good for us. Yeah, maybe there's some alternate mostly dead meme for the Newt lines from Aliens. Well, stacked deck is on one swamp. Maybe some a removal that they can't get to right now. Braggart is okay, but the Warhorn Blast allows both of our other creatures to trade with it. Battershield Warrior is nice as a follow-up here, but we start with a full swing and a guaranteed Warhorn Blast. Wrath effect would reset things, but hopefully then we find a land soon enough after that and sort it up. I could have held back the Warrior, but I wanted to get more pressure. I didn't want one removal spell to the Seeker to put us on not lethal. All right, good start against a very good deck. What are we going to do about it? We are... on board, like, aura removal is actually a little better with things like Shepherd. Of course, the trouble with the aura removal is they can still block. Oh, you would have boasted again? Yeah, that's fair, because then it sets up the Angel. I liked setting it up so that a single removal spell was still lethal. Yeah, Wings of the Cosmos might be worth it here. That's fair. We could cut... Mammoth Growth, or what's our creature count? 16. We could cut one of these medium creatures, like the Seeker. Seeker did okay there, but it was really, again, I mean, Seeker even helped us. I guess it unlocked some mana, so it wasn't useless or anything. Recluse is pretty weak, but they're showing flyers. This blocks an Angel and kills it, so we can't really drop the Recluse. Brawl, I can't really cut interaction. I know Brawl's not great. Clearly not great. It's just a prey upon in our deck, and that is not great, but we need the removal we have, and that's part of our removal suite, so I'm going to keep it. Broken Wings was quite valuable there. I think I'm on cutting a Seeker. It did some stuff there, but it's really just a 3-2 for 2 for the most part. So I'm going to cut one of those for some extra interaction. Hey, Gannett, thanks for hanging out while you could. You keep safe and don't concuss yourself chasing after weirdly shaped balls, okay? Well, not bad, but no, not even a 2-drop. I'm going to keep, but we hope to draw some help here. Doing all right. How are you? Don't have much going on. I'm going to go ahead and play the sword. It's something to do on 2, and we are far off from putting an angel underneath this thing. I did, and I'll play it. And I'm happy about it. We'll go with the big feller again. Could suit this up and have ourselves a 6-3. I mean, that could do some work here. If they're not casting anything. 5 damage to target tapped creature makes me not want to risk the sword if we have anything else to do, and we do. We have a warrior. And if we attack and it dies, we have a Valkyrie potentially instead. But I'm not going to risk... Yeah, Mammoth Growth saves it, but not if I equip. Anyway, point is, we are not going to equip, is the main point. Those are cringe? What's wrong with MLP? You sit yourself down, Mana Burn Maxwell. Hey, we had a long talk about that particular mechanic before I think you showed up. All right, that's cool. So we get to go Valkyrie instead. I'm in. It's your funeral. Let's see, we can... I'm going to play the warrior here. We do have a clean equip with only a single black. Nothing's going to get the Valkyrie for a single black, but I'd rather develop the board than equip a sword. I'm a poet, and I didn't know it. There it is again. What can we do about it? We can Mammoth Growth to fizzle Chapter 2, so that'll be nice. And we can swing away and Mammoth Growth to eat the angel if they block either of these. It's going to be a bit telegraphed. They might see it as the Warhorn Blast and go ahead and accept it. But I'm going to go ahead and ship in. Can even boast and hold up the growth. So I think, given that we need to hold up the growth to counteract the the Chapter 2. Oh, I kind of played into the longboat. We'll give up the warrior here. I'm not gonna trade off. I'm not gonna give up the Mammoth Growth. I want to leave our Valkyrie alive. So that was a cost I didn't want to pay, but I'm going to pay it. My fault. I made a funeral joke and then played into it anyway. Yeah, we can also equip, and that protects it too. Maybe I should do that. It doesn't even use up a card. No, it's not that. That's not what it boasts. Wrong boast. But I like that observation. We get the power above angel level and they can't kill it. So that's okay. Let's do that. I like it. Doesn't use our mammoth growth. We get to keep this card. Given that, I should have like equipped it ahead of attacks, but let's not compound the mistake, or let's not let that decision affect making a better decision in our second main there. It attacks for 8 next turn, which is a lot, but we can still win this race, especially with Lindy on the horizon. Maybe they can do something to increase the Angel's power and kill it, but if they had that, they would have done it in response. They would have done it before attacking, right? We can swing in and decide. We can cast both Warhorn Blast or Mammoth Growth here. If they block, we're going to go for the Mammoth Growth. They might blow us out, but I think we got to take that chance. I mean, that's a lot of cards. And they didn't do anything with their mana. Okay, it was Sigrid. Again with the Siggy. Dang it. Well, at least we get the equip. And maybe we'll get our Valk back eventually. But for now, we'll make a beefy friend and try and survive the Angel over the next couple of turns. It's going to hit us for 8 now, and then it's got 2 more swings until we're dead. And we don't have any... The sword is a sword. It makes an angel, but it doesn't fly itself or anything. So we are earthbound as it sits. A lot of power cards in here, though, and we're seeing them each game. Retribution and Sigrid. Again, we managed to beat it in game 1. It's looking tough in game 2. Yeah, Lindy buys us another turn and provides some way to win the game before said turn. If they have to chump with Siggy to stay alive, we get our chump back, and then we can sort it up, and then it trades. Wither Crown. Well, we can suit it up, so we're going to pay, but it doesn't shorten our clock to pay, so decline. There is Lindy. Lindy mana, but we can attack. I like attack with the Outrider and see if they lulls block, because if they lulls block, we can Mammoth Growth. Wither Crown is bad, but well, I would have to see where did she take Wither Crown over what, and what is she playing it over? I agree that Wither Crown is not good, but you also have to have a complete deck. Now, if we take the if we decline and take a point of damage, we die straight up to the Angel Warrior. We can't let that happen, so we're going to decline. Sorry, we're going to take the action and sack the creature. Story Seeker does keep us alive, because if they attack Sigurd into a Seeker with the sword, we get to gain life. They bring us to 1. We can attack back with a sorted up Seeker, Warhorn Blast, or Growth and get some more. Yeah, let's do that. Kill Seeker and we're obviously dead. Perfect 4 mana for her, actually. I mean, getting, quote, stuck on 4 was just like all gasoline, and it set us on fire. we have some tools to beat this deck, and we did in the first game. I believe we can get there in the second. Maybe we need to get lower down so that all that spot removal isn't so crushing. Like Lindy, while it bought us a turn, was then a big tempo boost for Oppo, whereas we could just go more low to the ground, even with like a code spell cleric, and you know, try to curve out this way. Because we're losing a long game, right? We're just losing a long game, but not like 5 mana is super long. Yeah, spot removal does make the... Oh, yeah, sorry, 1 second. Just want to say hello to my daughter there. Anyway, back to this sideboarding. Yeah, we could, yeah, maybe lower it down to 16, but then and can still even run the Outrider as our top end there. I kind of like that. It adds a little bit of more risk to the equation to shave lands a little bit, but I don't mind taking on a little risk to try and beat a deck that is more powerful, is just ostensibly and clearly more powerful. Not ostensibly, is clearly more powerful. Let's see how this goes. Ugly. But Packmate says we can keep, and I keep. Would love to find a plains by turn 3, and then we can go Packmate Code Spell on turn 3. Yeah, Darkstar, we got game 1, and here we go for the finale. There's a Code Spell. Interesting. Her deck has some incredible top end, but I'm not digging the bottom end, says the guy with a Code Spell in his deck. Although I brought it in to battle, to try and win this race, but we're getting outraced. All right, Packmate, find me a plains. One time, plains on the top. Plains on the top! Yes! And I'm gonna make the Code Spell bigger rather than make a 4/4 and a 1/1. I'll have a 3/3 and a 2/2. Yeah, exactly. Another good point, Siriana. I was just doing it for the generic kind of rule of thumb for it, but absolutely spot removal makes you want to spread out your bigness. Although now we're looking at if we can struggle the cleric, but then they equip the longboat, or they crew the longboat, and they can have a good block. Although if we struggle with the cleric, on the cleric, I'm willing to send both, and we can trade for a longboat. That's fine, right? So maybe that's fine. But also, what else can we do? We can also just seek, send the Packmate and trade with the boat, and play a Seeker. Oh yeah, you're right, we can't struggle. I'm acting like we can struggle, and we can't even do that. Last game was one mana all game, so somehow in my head it was like this 1 mana play. So let's go ahead and offer the Packmate. I'll trade Packmate for Longboat here. We got to get through it. And we're letting her know that we have no trick, or we'd send the Code Spell as well. Hey, Carter, welcome. Glad you could make it. Let's go seek the horizon. As observed, we're out of lands anyway, so kind of need to go find our plains for Maya. I'm already feeling like we haven't done enough fast enough, though, right? Like that her deck is just going to take over the next few turns. This screams removal, but only one swamp, so it can't be the exile common. We found ourselves a natural plains, and we have the struggle. But really, I like Boast and Shieldmate, and we'll see what happens on attacks. Oh, Siggy. Always with the Siggy. Like every time with the Siggy, but God, this is bad. I should have... I mean, how many times do I have to get got by this before I start playing around it a little bit? We don't have struggle post-combat. They get both of these creatures, you see? There's not going to be a struggle post-combat. Unless we go... Yeah, we don't... We'll struggle eventually, but not yet. I want the land. I was not going to not Boast there and get our land. Shieldmate's fine. Can't really struggle with it, though. I mean, we could. It would just not win. It would trade. Let's see. I'd like to hold Maya till we have a land to play after we play her. We can Batter Shield and foretell a struggle. This is not an instant. Let's yeah, that's all we got, really. I'm not playing Maya, not holding up Warhorn, so let's Batter Shield and foretell. Sounds like you're all quoting flavor text, but I don't know what. I don't know the line. I haven't seen Airplane in 30 years. I do remember the coffee line, though. Everybody's really calm until they announce they're out of coffee, and then all hell breaks loose. Wither Crown gonna save us 4 life, I guess, because what else are we doing with it? I guess Maya makes it a 1/3, but is that even worth keeping around? Blocks Sigrid for a point a turn. But we already have other stuff that'll do that. Yeah, I'll trade. I'll take this. Yeah, it boasts. I mean, it just doesn't seem worth keeping in this context. Now we get Story Seeker, struggle, Sigrid, get Code Spell back. It doesn't give a counter. It doesn't even really matter. So, like, we probably just don't even need to kill that. And I still don't want to play Maya out. She doesn't do enough when we have something we can 2-spell here and actually get some life back to boot. I think we kill the flyer. And eventually this gets a 3/3, and then we can maybe equip it or play Maya, becomes a 4/4 and can trade with the Kennel Master. And then it can straight up block Sigrid. Maybe I need to play... No, I'll just... I'll foretell the blast rather than play the sword. All right, good that only one creature is attacking. It doesn't mean they don't have spot removal. Maybe it does. I mean, like, I think I would clear the Story Seeker and get in with Sigrid if I could, especially with me tapped out. So hopefully this means that she's out of spot removal, but who knows what that means is in hand. Or it's a spot removal that requires double black. Like, I feel like if we do pull this out, it's going to be because she never found a second source of black. Couple of things to get back. Scald can be good. We have a nice if telegraphed attack next turn, although Shieldmate still dies to the Sigrid on Warhorn Blast. Maybe we don't do that. Oh, Rocket, settle yourself. So we can play this for 3. What about Maya? Now we can play Maya and land. I'm going to do Maya and land. And then we're 1 land away from the Angel. And then, so yeah, like, we kind of still need her to not find that second black. But then I think if we can keep her off second black, this is maybe winnable. I mean, we got a Wither Crown to deal with, but Maya at least means that anything Wither Crown still has some power. You don't like attacking? We want to attack with... Why do we have to, though? I don't know why you want to do that when we have a Warhorn Blast that's going to let it win combat against these 4/4s. Let's see. Pretty bad for us that this is happening now. We don't have many choices. Let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If they have a Warhorn, we can't win. We can't beat a Warhorn. We should only play around things we can beat. If it's a Warhorn, we could put stories. Yeah, Warhorn makes Sigrid. Everything's lethal with Sigrid and the Warhorn. Maya post blocks is another thing. If they don't have pump, we should just take this and go to 1. Yeah, it could be return to battlefield. But I also don't know if we can go to 1 with them at 20. Because we come back with 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 9. I mean... Or, yeah, I guess we can chump 1. Let's chump 1 here, but that's such a weak play. Ugh, I don't like this play, but I don't know what else to do. I think we're going to lose. This attack just screams that we're going to lose. But we can send the Seeker in for a big chunk of damage. I assume they're going to, like, wither it up. But we can still send it in and Warhorn for some life gain. I just don't know how we beat any interaction they might have. And it seems like they have it. Possibly just getting the Angel out will be pretty good. And we do get to do that here. It's a big Angel. More chumps with the land as well. I like send Story Seeker, try to get some life, and then Angel Sword. Could also send the Shield Mate, I suppose. Unless we might want to chump with that, but we have another chump here. Actually, I think we send Maya as the thing we're least likely to block with. And if they want to hit her with the deal 5 to tapped, we can live with that, right? We'll still get some life and still have a big Angel. I like Shield Mate on potential blocks. I'm going to do this. The open mana and no Wither Crown suggests instant speed interaction here, which is why I'm afraid we're going to lose Maya, but I still think this is the right play given the sword behind. Well, feed single black, that's what we've been saying. If they get double black, if she finds a second swamp, we're probably insta-dead, but hopefully she doesn't. One time, Angel. Aha! It is Jarl. Well, we're out of options. We're blocking the heck out of everything now. Interesting spot. I like her attack because I would send both. It puts us in a spot where we can if we look to trade 3/6 plus 2/2 for a 4/4, then the other one either gets through or eats one of our other ones. And we can just we can 2-for-1 ourselves on one of the 4/4s and bounce off one of the other ones. All right, decline to sacrifice. Nice pickup, really. And Warhorn Blast says we can send in the Shield Mate as well. We can even send in the 2/2. It telegraphs the Warhorn Blast, but I'm willing to do that. Yeah, we also get if this dies, we do get a Spirit, but with the Vigilance and the Recluse, I think we can go ahead and send both of these given the Warhorn Blast. If they don't, like, worst case is she doesn't block and we're facing all this stuff, but then we have Recluse. You think they have Warhorn Blast? Could be. They've shown things that seem like it could have been, but the attack was explained by Jarl last time too. It sure seems like they got something though, Ditmo. I hope you're not telling me what. Like, don't be spoiling, I assume you're guessing and not actually looking at her stream. I certainly don't want anybody telling me what she has for reals. So, yeah, they only have one mana open. It's not that this could be Warhorn Blast here. It's that we could be dead to a crackback, I think is the point. But we're not playing around that stuff. I'm going to send in, as I said, it's a pretty good Warhorn Blast attack for us either way. That will just trade off and let go. No actions here. Yeah, I'm taking some risks, Ditmo. You might be right. This is a risky attack, but I also feel like we need to take some risks to win, so I'm doing that. And since they didn't make us, since she didn't make us use the Warhorn Blast, we have it on defense and can at least partly counteract a possible Warhorn Blast from her. Instead, we're looking at almost at a place where we can swing in with everything. We do not want to sacrifice this creature. We are at least happy that lands make stuff. We don't need to play it now unless we're attacking with Protector and she might die, which is the case. But yeah, so I'm going to do this and send in, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 total damage. We just got to ship in and figure that a lot of blocking needs to happen for us not to get some stuff back. Both Sigrid could die and give us a chump. Shieldmate could die and give us a chump. Might be more important to take out the Recruiter than the Scald, although if Recruiter's spending 4 mana to boast, that's actually good for us. So we'll let the Recruiter stick around in this situation. And blast it up here. No swamp, no swamp. Lack of swamp, second swamp. Oh my god. I bet these are two feeds is my prediction. Almost. Hey, gang, we did it. We did it. I'm getting a hair toss for that.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
This just in, Wither Crown is not a good removal spell. I think she probably knows that. I really try not to play Wither Crowns at this point, but sometimes you do what you gotta. Did that get reported? Let's see, do I need to report here? Yeah. All right, looks like we're going to get that updated shortly. We're on winner of Metal Mario versus MTG Nerd Girl. So if you want to check out either of those streams, you can let me know when they're wrapping up. Whew. Tight. I can't believe I got blown out so hard by Sigrid for the 3rd time and didn't play around it, but we still managed to get there. That was some whew. Or played to their lack of them. Yep. Uh-oh. Apologize to your wife for me, Desert Shaman. Busted. Busted. I think we've all been there on either side of that relationship. Yeah, I think we probably got that because of the lack of second swamp. So, yeah, that's magic for you, but we saw 2 feeds. I bet at least there was 1 feed in hand there. Oh yeah, I've done the boss zone out too. And you're like, oh shit. How do I get this info without looking like an incompetent boob? Mastery pass in effect. Here, we can do the other things I hate doing and slowly click. I wish I had a toddler again, because I could get the toddler to sit here and click all these buttons. They'd love it. Yeah, I better be careful what I ask for, huh? I don't think either of my kids are looking to make grandbabies anytime soon. I haven't even done the math on this mastery pass, but so far, without exception, even as the value has gotten worse, the value, well, I shouldn't say without exception. Maybe there was one that was actually... No, but I think with the draft token, well, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that everyone so far has been EV positive or EV neutral, at least EV neutral for a 100%ing player, limited player. So as long as it's EV neutral, I'm in, because then you get bling. That's cool. Yeah, okay, we'll fill out the black a little bit here. It's weird that the bubbles are blue, because I think all of these colors are blue. You counted minus 500, and did you count gems in packs? Because the booster packs should be valued at 22.5 gems each, and the draft token should be valued at 1,500 gems. So I think you might be missing some value if you're calling it minus 500, but I don't even think it costs half a draft. Yeah, I complete every set every time. So for me, the pack gems are 22.5. Still might not be 500 worth of pack gems. But I at least say, like, even if Animosity is right and this is minus 500 gems, you know, for our gem levels, I'm in. I'm in for that even. I'm in for 500 gems for some cool stuff for streaming and all that, you know? You are forgiven. You are forgiven. You are forgiven. You are forgiven. Forgiven. Proto-Prague right there. Proto-Prague. What's the closest thing to Prague that predates a quick one while he's away? Thanks for the sub, Mama. Throwing out gift subs, very nice. All right, we did it. I'm caught up on my busy work that this client gives me. I think this is my least favorite part of the Mastery Pass. The part that's like worse than minus 500 gems is making me click these buttons in here. That's a ridiculous sequence right there. There should just be one button to like auto place all of them. I can't believe they make me do the one at a time. Oh, ugh. Although I'm the one who wanted, like, the first iteration of the pack scene had open all. If you had more than one pack of anything, you have open all, and they switched it from open all to open 10, and it's easier to design that. So designing open 10 is easy because if you only allow them to open 10 at a time, you can plan for exactly 10 packs and what that looks like and how it feels. But if you open, what does open 40 look like? If they say open all, what does open 3 look like? Unfortunately, when you do open all, you have to define the UI for all, right? And that's why it got changed. Open 10, you got to design one thing. Open all, you got to design all the things. All right. Metal Mario it is. Let me see who's going to challenge whom here. Mario wants a short break to get a refreshment. I agree. I'm going to go do that too, and we'll be right back to play the match. Hold on 1 second. I'm in for the preview stream if they have their S together. No guarantees there, but I have done everything I can to participate. Wait, I accepted the challenge and it's... Oh my goodness. No, that was accepting the friend request. But then it's not going to have us... Oh, there's Metal Mario. Metal Mario challenged me. Can you tell? Wizards, fix your friend challenge bullshit, please. I can't believe you let it be this bad for this long. It is awful, Wizards. Your friend challenge system is busted beyond compare. You have to restart the client for anything to take. Get your shit together. Done with this. Evening time, dropping S-bombs like they're free. It's got to be a programmer issue. That's my conclusion. I'll try. Or maybe not. Hold on. Oh boy. Glassdoor is not a reliable... Glassdoor is just like disgruntled people complaining as far as I can tell. But... And also I don't know how old that info is. I think... Come on. Come on! What the actual... All right, I'll try. I'll try. Oh, he's loading in right now? Fine. Well, the thing was showing him is on, so... Hey! Look, all you have to do is restart and try 7 times. How is this a problem? Ugly. When I had Packmate and a bunch of white spells I kept, because at least we had Packmate on 2. We don't even have Packmate on 2. Gotta send this back. And we got to keep this and ditch a plains. Yeah, one forest there and we're golden, right? But that's mana for you. And that's magic for you. Let's seek some life total. Got to have faith, faith, faith. Well, let's ship in and use the giant mammoth growth if blocked. I'm okay with that. If not blocked, we have a Glade Walker. Or we have Foretell the Mammoth Growth, but I like Glade Walker, that's fine. Putting it on... I'm going to put it on, I'll put it on the Story Seeker. It telegraphs that we had something there, but that's okay. Metal Mario figured that out by not blocking, right? And I like that the Glade Walker gives a block on the Faithful. Not a bad mill for us. Couple of lands we didn't really need. Warrior's okay, but... Uh-oh. Whiff, whiff, whiff! That's not a whiff. So we could double Foretell. And then if we get a land, we get Outrider. If we Recluse... What are we doing? We're trading off for what? We're making a Sentinel not attack? The thing is, Herald gets to attack anyway, so I'm going to double Foretell. Of course, Recluse into Outrider does give us a double block, so you could make that argument, but I don't know if... that's the right sequence. I just went for the... My heuristic was the max mana play. Go Recluse, but we don't have the Mammoth Growth up if we do that, so we'll go Outrider. Blocks all this stuff, except for the Skemfar, of course. Black-green looked pretty open in our draft, so Mario, not surprised he's made it here. Not surprised he has a good deck. We passed the rare Elf Saga. Oh, there's that Binding of the Old Gods at like 7th or 8th or something. It was crazy. So Mario's deck is no doubt pretty good. A lot of great stuff we saw going by. Brawl, very nice here, though. We don't get the 2 spell, though. We're just choked on the green. Choked on the green. I'm going to go attack with Outrider, play Recluse. The Spider here blocks a Raider's Carve if they go for that, and... Herald attacks through anyway, so whatever, but if they, we get 9 power on board with a Warhorn Blast and a Mammoth Growth. Heck, we draw a forest, we could go Brawl something, Mammoth Growth something, Warhorn Blast, potentially win the whole darn game. Although, they're now at a virtual 19, so that's looking a little less likely for one turn away. Hey, Street Rach. Putting together your scouting report in here. So we'll take this trade instead. We don't really have a big auto kill or anything, so that's fine. We'll take that Carve out. We can take Harold out with the Brawl. And wait for our second green for the Lindy. And I guess we have attacks. The trouble is the crackback is awfully good. I think we have to stay on defense. Just the lifelink means we can't really win a crackback race. I'm nervous about 2 foretold cards as well. We can start working out what they are. Could be a pack leader, could be a struggle, could be the sacrifice 2 creatures. A lot of stuff it could be. Once Dream Drawer gets going, it could be anything. We'll say no attacks here, though. We have Warhorn Blast to make a 7/6 if for some reason a 7/6 does it where a 5/5 does not on this turn. Welcome, Epic. Glad you could make it. Yeah, Skull Raid. Would hate to lose our Lindy, too. Forest, Lindy, and we get that out of Skull Raid territory. Still love the design of Skull Raid, by the way. Just want to mention that again. There's a magic card technique, a magic card design technique you can use to come up with cards where you ask yourself, what's the drawback of some card that, you know, some typical card that you like? Well, I like fight cards, but they're really exposed to removal. So what if the fight card said, you know, you can start to try and solve problems, you know? And our problem is now that we're going to lose, but it's not really solvable, so I'm actually not too worried about it. But it's a... and so the... if you ask yourself... what are the drawbacks of a Mind Rot? Mind Rot, 3 mana, target player discards 2 cards. When does Mind Rot really suck? When their hand is empty? It's a freaking dead draw if their hand is empty. And Skull Raid is this perfect example of saying, what's the worst thing about Blah card? Let's make a version of it that fixes that. So I like that. What are we doing about this? We don't have much maneuverability in our sideboard. The draft was too tough for that. We could only bring in blue if we thought that would help somehow, and I don't think it would. Unless we want to Raven form away so that they can't Herald stuff back. You know, there is Return Upon the Tide, so Raven form on the splash could do something, but then that seems smacks of desperation that I don't think we should be doing. I'm going to just run it back, and we'll see how it goes. And if Mario takes us out, we'll salute, and I'll get on with my evening. Making fogs. Well, you can see how some of those have been answered. It's not worth a card in and of itself, so give it flashback. We had there was a Odyssey card that was basically flashback fog, and that ended up being extremely powerful and constructed. And even fog is constructed playable in the right decks. In Turbo Fog, Turbo, you can't do anything to me, right? But the biggest drawback of fog is that it only gains life. It only stops you from losing and doesn't help you win. So maybe you make a fog variant that says does the fog thing, but then does something to help your offense the turn after. Sorry, Mario, I'm in Magic design headspace and not playing promptly. Let's get on with this here. Ooh, yeah, let's get Hunter. That'd be fun. But gotta win target game, and then win target game to even have the chance. Oh, you're late, Gladewalker. You're so late. I hate all these late creatures. Yeah, cantripped. That's not a clever design solution, though. That's just saying this is not enough value. Let's give it some value, which you can do, sure. Would it even be playable then, though? I mean, that's the thing. Like, let's say you had a 4 mana or 3 mana fog, draw a card. Still not in modern Magic. In modern limited Magic, that is too clunky. You're going to have a lot of trouble with that, I think. Let's go Gladewalker, pump, and then go ahead and do the foretell or the boast. Open mana here makes me a little nervous, but I don't know that they can reach out and kill it for a single colored black with 1 black mana. So, well, then it's just then the fog part is a rider. I mean, that's the thing. If you start making the solution so much better than the effect that the effect becomes a rider, you haven't really done the thing. Yeah, I could do modal fog. Modal fog would be a good way to solve that, to have fog have some usefulness. Choose one. Creatures don't deal combat damage this turn, or creatures you control get trampled this turn. You know, something like that. Fog plus Ancestral. Genius. Maya gets this above Recruiter level. I like waiting on Maya until we can make a token out of it, but since Maya lets her Seeker attack, I think we should go ahead and do it. Recursive ability. Yeah, I put it on a creature. And that's why I was sad to do that. You can see why, in general, I try to wait until you can play Maya and then play a land, but I felt it was worth the risk there, given the Horizon Seeker. And now we kind of got paid because we get to put a Gladewalker token on it and still can attack. Note the pause on a single green mana. All I can think of is the hexproof +1/+1, but that would be a 2-for-1 if they do that. So I still like offering. We even get to go get a land with it too. Yeah, clearly they're going to 2-for-1 themselves here. That's what's going on. But I accepted it. I mean, we figured out what it was and said, yes, I accept. And with, oh yeah, I could have boasted, but I really like getting the Battleshield Warrior out with these 1/1s, so I got enamored with that. I should have thought about it more, but I just got excited about following with the Warrior. I get it, true, but it was because I had a plan, not because I forgot. I mean, I forgot because I was enamored with my plan. That's pretty rough. Now we're like... We could brawl, but that's awful, so we're gonna just wait. All these solutions to make a fog card playable are all fine and well and good and are doable, and you could print them, but none of them approach what I think is so great about the Skull Raid. Because the Skull Raid just does exactly what I'm talking about, nicely, cleanly. It's not even really... It's not making another mode. It's just beautiful. I love it. All right, I love this too. We can hopefully get there on Lindworm. I mean, they may have more removal, but Lindy is a start. I'm not going to brawl anything here, though. Although we do risk losing it to some more discard, but... And actually, I'm going to send the Glade Walkers, because now I don't want you blocking ahead of Lindworms. Like, I don't want you chumping Lindy. That might be suggestive of recursion. Suggests this could be knocked out of our hand. Given that they... Yeah. Still, though... Ooh. Elves could get big enough. I don't really have... I would hesitate to call anything a favorite design. I mean... Oh, this could be Jarl. Ah, Demonic Gifts. Wow! Free Raptor for metal. Nice play. Heuristic is, of course, keep a card in your hand. Your attack is more threatening if you have something in your hand that they might think is a combat trick, but it did not save us from multi-discipled. I should have seen it coming, because really chumping with Disciple was a bad block ahead of Chapter 2 of Herald. So maybe... But what was my choice to not attack? I mean, I guess I still had to attack. I guess what I could have done is play the Raptor, right? All right. Starting to look grim. One, two, three, four attacking elves at least can't take out Lindy. So if they're going to send in and kill the Glade Walker, it is a free attack because this would become a 2/2 and it couldn't block any of this stuff. But we can take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we're at a healthy life total. Yeah, we are at angel level with sword. We're definitely not attacking. And I'm going to sandbag the forest here. They're showing a lot of discard. Maybe I see, I'm doing my normal day-to-day gender neutral, but it's Mario. Maybe he will be worried about this card and do something to re-disciple or whatever. So this is awfully sus. I don't quite understand this attack because they could have just sent everything. Maybe he doesn't want to get cracked back for possible lethal. I'm just wondering if we're supposed to block this or not. What could Mario be up to? Oh, it could be -3/-3. It's probably that. Jarl, but we haven't seen Jarl, right? We didn't see Jarl last game, I don't think. Didn't we? Jarl was the match before, right? I thought Jarl was the match before, not game one. But what we did see is way down. I would expect way down here. And the thing that makes this way down and not Jarl is that if it's Jarl, he swings out. Or swings out and leaves one chump back or something. If I had Jarl here, I'd be leaving one elf token back and sending everything. So I say no blocks. Let's play around way down and see if we can find some other solutions. If we find pump, we can respond to the way down and blanket, you know. And way down is not enough with these. So if we can find one other thing that we're willing to put in front of the faithful, Lindworm can block the others in the face of a way down. My untapped.gg tool does show what we know about Oppo's deck, and I'm not seeing anything. Oh, no, wait, maybe it's just based on what's... No, sorry, I thought it showed previous, but it's not showing previous. Never mind. So there we go, Warhorn Blast. Now we can make that block and save our worm. It might be something else, but now I have a play to play around way down, so I'm going to do it. Warhorn Blast. Counter target way down. Interesting. Am I playing around nothing? Maybe I'm playing around nothing. Well. Oh, here comes the flood. Yeah, just the 5/5, really. Wow. We're doomed, gang. And have a good evening, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. We're dead. We're so dead. When elves comes together, it's better than advertised. Yeah, I was nowhere near elves by the time we saw that it was pretty open, so... You think sword is enough? I don't know if sword's enough. This is a lot of damage. But we're blocking everything every time now. That'd be nice. Crush the weak. Come on, deck. A little action and looks like we could stabilize. If this is all it's about. Come on, deck. Come on. Although, of course, I played the Flood meme, so part 2 of Flood meme incoming. We will say goodbye to flesh and blood. Yep. Also, it was a 1 in 3. It's not that unlikely. But now we are super done for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Dare I?
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
There, we have no outs, gang. There's nothing in the deck. Good game, Mario. Can we mill him out? Somehow mill 11 cards. Oh, you're late, sword. No, it was good. I liked the draft. We lost to an excellent deck from Mario. The draft was rough. It was, I mean, when I say I liked the draft, I mean I had fun. Like, it was an interesting draft. It was not a great draft. But I think we drafted okay for our seat. don't know, I had to look back again and see some of the pivot points that might have been. Trouble with going back and looking at pivot points that might have been is that you just tell yourself, that's where I should have gotten to Mario's elf deck. That's where I should have been in the white-black lane or whatever, because you still have the memory of what happened in the event, and so you just start chasing the thing that could have been that you know was. But it's easy to look back and say, oh, there's an elf we could have taken to get hooked up with all the elf stuff we eventually knew was coming, but we didn't know that elf stuff was going to be coming at the time. It just happened that Mario got super hooked up by being in the elf lane, and good on him. Just saying, it can be counterproductive to try and figure out where you, quote, went wrong, right, in a draft. So we'll take that. It was a lot of fun. Sure, happy to be part of this event when I can be, and sure, happy to have you all here with me. So let's, I think we'll make the tradition that I kick you over to whoever knocks me out of the event. So let's send you to Mario, and you can watch some more elf action. And is it underscore? I think it's underscore, right? Oh, cancel. Is that right? Hold on, I canceled that. I'm gonna make sure I got the right username. I wasn't sure of that one, so rather than raid the wrong place, I better make sure I know what I'm doing. Oh, it was him. Okay, I just wasn't sure. Suddenly, I didn't recognize the little icon and was like, I'm too scared. All right. Pile on for Mario. I know I don't have my usual big crowd or big by my standards crowd, but let's let everybody get on who's still here. Go say hi to Mario and have a great time. Hopefully he wins out. That's the other thing. I hope the person who knocks me out takes it down. Take it down, Mario, and we'll see you all tomorrow. If you're around 9 a.m. Pacific, I'll be here streaming again. See you then.